Hey folks, I wanted to give you a closer look at this handheld steam generator. It's made by YASHE, and I'll apologize up front here. I am in my workshop doing this review. It just happens to work out. It's a little bit easier for me to do it out here than in the house. And I have an air conditioner running in the background, so you might hear some ambient noise. That's where it's coming from. It's not coming from the steam generator here. But some quick background. Not too long ago, I used to wear a suit basically 5 days a week. I got tired of sending my garments off or my shirts, I should say, to the cleaners to be cleaned, paying them constantly, to have my shirts all starched up and eventually end up with ring around the collar, all that stuff. So I thought, hey, why don't I do my own? So I went out and bought a very nice Rowenta, I believe it's called a Pro Precision Steam Generator Station. Looks like an iron, has a very big base that the iron attaches to, and that thing makes an absolute ton of steam under a lot of pressure. It's great for steaming clothes, for pressing clothes out, etc. An absolutely top-notch unit. However, it's not super convenient just for, say, taking a golf shirt out or something like that, taking it off of a hanger. It's got some wrinkles in it, and you just want to quickly and simply get those wrinkles out. And that's where a fellow like this one here comes in handy. And I found it to be very effective. It's super portable, super convenient, very easy to use, and I'm going to give you a demonstration here in just a moment. And by the way, I'll include a picture of that Rowenta that I have so you can get an idea of the difference in the size between the two units. But to be clear, they do different things. So this is not going to replace that other unit that I have, but I'll tell you, this will be a whole lot more convenient just for taking wrinkles out of shirts and pants and whatnot that don't need to be pressed. You just hit it with some steam. Same thing with my sport jackets and that sort of thing. To freshen them up, I'll hit them with steam from this, and it works great. So give me just a moment here, and I will do a demo for you. Okay, so using this steamer is really pretty simple. You just fill up this reservoir. You unscrew this little cap here. You fill up the reservoir, and you can see there is a pickup tube in there. It's nicely done because it's held in place and it runs to the front of the reservoir. So that means that you can use this steam generator in both the vertical and horizontal positions without having any issue. You just place the steam generator on the top like so, rotate it 90 degrees, and it is locked in place and you are ready to go. The back of the steam generator here, you've got your power button, and that is the self-cleaning function there. To turn it on, you tap the power button, and it is now currently warming up. And it will take just a minute here for it to warm up and be ready to go. And you'll note there is an LED in the base here, so it makes it easy to see what your water level is there. It's a pretty cool feature. And let's see how long this is going to take to fully warm up. There we are. We're ready to go. All right, bear with me here, and we'll do a little demo. 1 second, please. Okay, so I'm set up for a little demo here for you. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. It is currently on the low setting. You've got the trigger here on the front. You press it, and that turns on the steam function. We are currently on the low setting. And in my experience, that tosses out a pretty good amount of steam for a compact steam generator, particularly in comparison to that larger unit that I have. So this does a good job on that low setting. And hopefully, the camera's doing a good job of picking that up. I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to the high setting here. You just press the power button again. Now we are on the high setting. And you can see we are pumping out a pretty good amount of steam there. Plenty for steaming garments. You can see you can go from the horizontal position here back to vertical. No problems. Throws out a very good amount of steam. Now this is not going to replace that steam station that I have, that Rowenta that I have, because that's actually an iron. But just for steaming some shirts that I pull out of the closet or out of the dresser drawer, or for freshening up my sport coats, this works very, very good. Overall, I like this unit quite a bit. I think it's well made. I do think it's a 5-star product. However, the price at about $70 is a little bit higher than I would like, but in comparison to that Rowenta that I have, that was about $222 about 9 years ago when I bought it. So as far as portability, functionality, build quality, all feels excellent. And it is super convenient if you don't need one of those larger units where you've got to actually press the items out. So this is very convenient, very portable, and I think it's quite well made. Price is just a little bit higher than I would like, but I still think it's a 5-star product. I'll let you be the judge on the price. Hope this video helped, folks. Thanks, and take care.
This unit is so much more comfortable to hold than any other that I've used, and I love that it can stand up straight on a flat surface. I've got it set to the regular steam level, and there is the trigger button. I love that it has a trigger button. Unlike so many other budget-friendly steamers, you plug them in and they just run. And if you need to set it down for a few minutes, they just keep running. You'd have to turn it off. But with this one, you do not. You just press the trigger again and it stops steaming, but the water is at the valid temperature. Super nice.